And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, match day 27 is done. The smile is still firmly planted on this face as Liverpool managed to find a way and win at the City ground 1-0. Absolutely buzzing, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Looking at that TV screen when it was on the 98th minute, I did feel like I was going to be coming on here and reporting on one of those games where the injuries caught up with us, and sometimes that you need your star players to try and progress and go into a title race. And I did think that we were going to drop points in that game, but you could never write Liverpool off. And Darwin, the clutch Núñez, comes up with the goods right at the death on the 99th minute, and Liverpool get all 3 points. So I was quite right that you still do need your star players to play and step up, because Darwin did make an impact as soon as he came off of the bench. But what this has probably afforded us now, hopefully, is another week of recovery time, so we can see players like Dominic Szoboszlai, Mo Salah and co all return back again, and we can start to see some of those mainstay starters within the side coming back and seeing us get better. But I do feel like the injury crisis, we are over the worst of it, and thanks to everybody that's dug in. And Darwin Núñez, certainly, and Alexis McAllister getting us out of jail in that game. There was actually quite a lot, of course, to discuss from that match, but it did seem as though, defensively, for us to win right at the depth, you have to be defensively solid. And both Virgil van Dijk and, of course, Ibrahim Konate have been absolutely fantastic so far this season. Again, fantastic in that match at the City ground. Then going into that sort of midfield as well, you've got to look at Joe Gomez. He's literally like a Swiss Army knife. One moment he's playing left back, the next he's playing right back, now he's playing as a defensive midfielder, and he's the intelligence that boy has. I made a video on our LFC Deep Dive channel, Panenka, and discussed how important he is to this Liverpool team, and he proved it once again as he stepped up and basically became a defensive midfielder for the game. So everyone played well. McAllister, again, another fantastic performance from him. Remember, £35 million he cost us from Brighton in the summer, and that pass, obviously, to find Darwin Núñez was absolutely exquisite. And then Darwin Núñez, as stated, I think we missed him throughout the start of the game. Obviously, he was fit enough to play and come off and make an impact on the bench. And boy, did he make an impact off of the bench. He got it, and again, another winning goal for us. And I think I've seen a stat that he's created the most winning goals in the Premier League so far this season of any player. So yeah, that price tag is certainly showing and starting to pay dividends for Liverpool. Believe it or not, the City ground hasn't been a happy hunting ground for us, guys. In the last 13 Premier League fixtures there, we've never managed to win. 13 games at the City ground. Of course, Nottingham Forest did have a huge hiatus from the Premier League, but no single win. Yes, we had 6 defeats and 7 draws at that stadium. So it just goes to show, in Premier League football, by the way, just goes to show that it sort of has been our bogey team in Premier League history. And finally, we've got that duck off our back, and as stated, we managed to get the win and absolutely buzzing. Of course, at the time we're recording, it does see us at the top of the table as we were previously. However, of course, Manchester City and Arsenal are going to be playing later this week, and for the first time I'm going to be wanting to be a Manchester United supporter. I'm hoping that they can get the job done, but honestly I don't really expect anything from them because they're shit and they're rank rotten, and they'll probably get pumped 6 or 7-0 by Manchester City, especially at the Etihad. So I don't really have that much faith in them, but here's hoping they can do us a turn in this game. And then, of course, Arsenal going to Bramall Lane to take on Sheffield United, which again I expect the Gunners to probably collect all 3 points, especially the form that they're in at this moment in time. So it's got to be in our own hands. Hopefully, as stated, we've got a bit of a respite, hopefully, for that game against City next weekend. We're going to have some players back in and bolster our squad, and hopefully we can get the job done against Pep Guardiola's side and really create some daylight between us and the rest of the pack. However, there has been a bit of shock Mo Salah news, guys, and whilst there was news, of course, that he was injured and all those kind of things, he is set to return fairly soon. However, Liverpool have wrote to the Egyptian FA asking basically him not to be involved in their upcoming friendlies due to his current injury injuries that he's got going at this moment in time, and Egypt have kind of responded disgracefully, and this could, guys, affect our title ambitions. As stated, Liverpool have made a request to the Egyptian FA for Mohamed Salah to be excluded from this month's internationals, but they will not do so should he play between now and then. The Egypt captain returned to Merseyside during the team's African Cup of Nations campaign after injuring his hamstring, and a setback on a return at Brentford saw him back in the treatment room. On Friday, Jurgen Klopp explained that Salah is not too far off from making a return with next week at any point, a possibility, though he didn't deliver those lines with a lot of conviction. There are 4 games left until March internationals, to which Salah has been called up for Egypt. They are competing in a friendly tournament in the UAE. Can we underline friendly there? And thus Liverpool understandably asked for Salah to be exempt. Liverpool sent a letter to the Egyptian FA noting the fears of Salah's aggravating in his injury, irrespective if he returns at club level or not before the break. And they may not be surprised by the response they've received via a statement from the Egyptian FA, which reads, "We have already received a letter from Liverpool to exempt Mohamed Salah from this upcoming camp due to his injury. We sent the name of Mo Salah among the professional players that we are requesting to include in the next camp a few days ago. It's our right to include any professional player as long as it is the time of the international agenda, and the issue of whether or not to include him is in the hands of the national team's manager. It's still too early to decide the matter, and if Mohamed Salah plays any match in the time before the start of the camp, we will adhere to his inclusion, and he will be examined and his readiness determined by the medical staff of the Egyptian national team." This, quite frankly, is staggering to see how Salah is treated by Egypt, and let's not forget their new manager, Hossam Hassan, was one of the loudest voices to criticise the 31-year-old's return to Liverpool for treatment earlier this year. This could, of course, affect our title race, and it's stupid. Why play around with Mohamed Salah for a freaking friendly? I understand the representing your nation, and I don't want to trigger too many people in here, especially the Egypt fans, because they do get slightly touchy when I'm talking about Mohamed Salah and international duty, but it's a friendly. For God's sakes, just let the guy breathe. It's a pointless game, a pointless tournament or whatever it is, and they should want their star man to go on and try and lift some silverware, potentially being for Ballon d'Or contention. That's what they should want as a nation. And to listen to a club, Liverpool have never ever stood in the way of him representing Egypt. But when Liverpool are writing to them to exclude him, it usually means it's fairly serious and they're doing it for a reason. And for them to do that and come out with a statement like that is quite frankly a disgrace. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't affect us, because they're working like a workhorse in that UAE tournament. I'd rather him stay and then get a bit of time to thing me. So yeah, annoying, but hopefully, as I said, it doesn't derail our transfer ambitions, because when Salah comes back, will it be even a better side going forward, especially across all these competitions. But Liverpool fans, that's all I've got for you today, guys. Do let me know your thoughts on the game yesterday. Let me know your thoughts on this news with regards to Salah. And as stated, guys, hit the like button and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.